Hello and welcome to Roleplay Rejects, where we play new and unusual tabletop role-playing games. This season we're playing Shadows of Esteren, so let's Esteren some shadows.
I can understand if you're too tired or lazy to take them off once you get home from work.
I can't.
But if you
cannot.
just
I agree with that.
I don't know. I got them plus size jeans. They're pretty comfy. They're stretchy. They're just nice.
yeah, because I don't know. Sometimes I'm just I'm gonna shower in an hour. What's the point? Right.
That's fair.
Because there's sometimes where I'm not ready to take a shower yet. But I don't if I'm yucky and then I take off my clothes to put on new clothes that are comfy. But then those are just gonna get dirty because I'm gross.
Yeah.
But pants are just not it.
Yeah. I'll put off a shower until after I've done resin stuff. Because I'm I don't want to shower and then smell like resin.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't sound fun. So I'll just stay gross for another hour or two because I know I'm going to take a shower.
Yeah, the only time... Okay. If you have people over wearing pants...
Should probably wear pants.
Should probably wear pants.
Unfortunately.
If it's
We've learned that's an issue.
If it's just you, there's only one acceptable time to just be wearing pants or fall asleep in pants. You're drunk and you literally pass out.
I need to clarify.
Really tired
when
one
we
day.
say pants, do we mean jeans?
I'm referring jeans.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
Jeans.
sweats
Yeah.
or
Like jeans or
comfies.
slacks,
Yeah,
We've
work
also been
attire.
boring work people
Yeah.
clothes. Yeah.
I don't know. I hang out after play dates because I wear jeans sometimes to those. Not all the time. Because if I'm just going to be in some other mom's house,
Maybe
I don't care.
Maybe I have an extreme opinion because I just so rarely wear jeans.
Yeah.
I wear jeans 3 times a year, if even then.
Dude, I want your life.
I avoid it all the time.
That's awesome.
I think jeans are fine. They're my go-to for going out and about. Because I still feel like a hoodlum wearing pajamas.
I think I've just accepted that I am.
Yeah.
I have some really comfy sweats. And so, right now, sweats.
Sweat Nation.
Yeah.
But I'm wearing jeans today, but literally because I wore them yesterday. So now they're not clean.
Yeah.
So it's
Plus, they're always a looser fit the next time you wear them. So it's more
Mhm.
comfy. You got a little more room.
yeah. And so then I'll wash them probably tonight. And then
I'm wearing a skirt.
yeah, it's just
'Cause I
there's
need to do
there's
laundry.
comfier things than
I'm wearing jeans because I was too lazy to try and find pajamas.
that. Honestly,
That
that happens though.
No, it
There's
doesn't.
literally some on top of the dryer, I think.
That's
that
why I
you
simply have a
grabbed
surplus
your jeans
of
from.
sweatpants.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen you in jeans once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So-
that's
Which
the case for me, too.
I love that for you. I do.
I can recall the only time this year so far that I've worn jeans, and it was when I went to my buddy's birthday, and we had to go to some dumbass fancy restaurant.
Is that where you had the
The
steak?
billion 18, yeah, that steak was really good. It was $120. Not a bad
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
That is crazy.
Dude, it was really good. It was. I was so glad I could say it was worth it because otherwise I would have probably done nothing but pouted a little bit.
I
Yeah.
probably would have cried for you, honestly.
I'm making y'all steak today.
That's a whole pair of shoes.
I spent
That is.
$50
That's a nice
God.
pair of
at
shoes.
the
At the steak store.
at the grocery store. Bought 6 steaks and some fixins to go on the side.
Fixins.
That's a technical term,
Where
okay?
are you from?
I'm from
Howdy, partner.
the West.
You're from
Do
where?
we say fixins in the West?
I don't know.
No, he does.
I don't know where I got that from.
I don't either.
Only
Not the
true
West. I
Westerners
gotta
say
tell you,
fixins.
not the West.
I feel like that's more of a Southern thing.
Yeah.
Maybe like Midwest.
It feels like something Brand McShoots a lot would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fixins, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not from the
Fixins
West.
is
Maybe the
indeed
Wild
a
West.
technical
The
term.
Wild West.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
different though. than the
Yeehaw
West
or whatever.
now.
Yep.
Yeah, we have some exciting banter today. Mostly about jeans.
I have a
It's very relevant to
In
our
the
days.
West.
I have a rant really quick. It's gonna be
Ooh.
like the shortest rant ever.
Okay.
Oh,
You know,
I
I'm
love
driving
jeans.
here and some dickhead. So you know when you're driving
Right.
and
Mhm.
people
Uh-huh.
are getting onto you're on the highway, the on ramp is like right next to you, and they have like a good stretch, maybe like a mile
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
like slowly merge with the rest of the highway.
Oh my
right?
god.
Yep.
So this guy is in
Keyword
like,
merge.
He merges ahead of me. Like he's on that lane. I'm new to the highway lane, and he's in front of me. So me being a good, respectful, defensive driver, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna stay behind him so he can very easily merge over.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't do that. So I go, okay, he must be just taking this one exit, right? Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah.
And then so I start slowly accelerating because I no longer have to make room for him. And literally, right when he's about to turn off that exit, he goes, "Nope," and he gets right in front. I never wanted to. You know, in Grand
It
Theft
makes me
Auto,
so
when you
mad.
can grab somebody else's
I
door
hate
and
that.
throw them out of
Yeah.
their car. I wanted to
Yeah.
do that so bad.
Mhm.
Like you give that when you give
had
them fucking
days.
space for so long, and you're like, oh, they must be like not.
They
trying
don't
to,
give a shit. Obviously, like they don't
and
want
they're
to get
not
over
trying
it.
to accelerate and do the
Yeah.
other asshole thing where they just like get up in the front and then
Mhm.
merge.
No, it
No.
looks like he's just about to leave. I go, okay, he's sick. Gucci, peace out. And then he goes,
And it's always as soon
Yep.
as you start accelerating.
the
Mhm.
millisecond.
Yeah, every time. It's
So-
like they were waiting for you to
Mhm,
accelerate. And
exactly.
you're like,
It was too
Wanted to-
convenient before.
They wanted a reason to be mad.
yeah.
So I have driven in more than half of the states in the United States of America.
Odd flex, but go on.
Okay. Right. I've done a couple of long road trips.
Mhm.
The best drivers in the United States, this is not a popular opinion, are Californians. Okay.
No, I
What?
agree with you.
Because they are aggressive, but they are predictable.
Mhm.
They will always cut you off. They will always, speed to get into that little spot, but you can always predict what a Californian's about to do. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, flip side, Utahns,
Ugh.
all right, where we're from, okay, that
Literally the worst.
right, that person merging onto the highway, they might go 0 to 60 as fast as they can. They might be that little old grandma, like clutching her pearls as she's trying to like merge on at like 10 miles per hour below the speed limit. Like you have no idea who's who, and everyone like interchange cars. So it's
Mhm.
like you can have like someone who's a terrible, like slow driver in like a Porsche or a Mustang or like something
Mm.
crazy like that, and then have
Shit doesn't
frickin'
make sense.
16-year-old Joseph in his mom's van just gunning it down the frickin' highway,
Yeah,
right?
and they don't follow the
like-
the lanes. So it's like,
Oh,
you know
yeah,
how
not at
usually the
all.
far left is the fast lane,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
like there's also like a ton of states where it's only a merge lane, or not a merge, but like a passing lane. They tell you to stick to the right unless you're passing, right? Utah, it's not like that. It's like a free for all. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you thought this was the fast lane. Well,
But I'm
gonna
going
go
the
50
speed limit.
in a 75. And you're like, okay, bro, please. So then you go over to the middle lane, and then it's going like disgustingly fast. Like most of the freeways in Utah are like 70, 80 miles per hour in that range. It's
Yep.
like pretty fast. But like they'll be going like 110 somehow, and you're like, how? I don't even know if cars go that fast, to be honest. But then you go over to the slower lane, right? And it's like normal traffic somehow, or like also extra slow. It's awful. It's
Mhm.
chaos.
So when I was getting my driver's license, my mom tried to explain to me that the speed limit was the fastest that you can ever go
Mhm.
on the road. Okay. And then for every bad condition, you need to slow down by at least 5 miles per
Oh my
hour.
God.
Darkness being a bad condition, according to her.
I don't have dark vision.
Okay.
That makes
So
sense.
if it's dark and like there's a little flurry of snow, my mom's going 10 miles below the speed limit no matter where she's at.
I've witnessed this.
That's
It's
wild.
true.
Yeah, it is infuriating. I was late to so many things as a kid.
What's great about Washington drivers that I've noticed is an issue on the East Coast is when it rains, they don't care.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
like, wow, who knew?
Raining again.
It's raining. It must be literally every other fucking day of my life.
Yeah.
Yep.
And over here, they're just like, the hazards. The hazards.
Yeah.
We must turn
Oh,
on the
yeah,
hazards.
that's the
Yes.
other
But
thing.
we're not
That's
going to
so
turn on our
wild to
headlights.
me.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
East
Just their
Coast
hazards.
drivers.
Like, why don't you turn on
Oh.
your fucking headlights, but you turn on your hazards?
Yes. Oh my
Are you
gosh.
stupid?
Because I'm the hazard.
Well, absolutely. But I'm going to say this. Over here on the East Coast, they like overuse their hazards.
They do.
They will
Like,
put it on for literally
for
anything.
literally anything.
Also,
I'm
I
going
didn't know.
the normal speed limit in the slow lane. I'm flipping on my hazards because one snowflake hit the ground. in
Dude, I
front
saw
of me.
some douchebag, completely like unrelated to weather conditions while driving. He like in my apartment. It was like you turn in and then you go down to the parking lot,
Yeah.
and it's like not super wide. It's just like 2 cars can fit. Cars coming in, cars coming out.
Yeah.
Right. This guy turns into like the little driveway section that would be sidewalk if there wasn't this thing right there, and then goes sideways and just puts his hazards on.
What?
And and again, I wanted to Grand Theft Auto drag him out of his car, right? Like, dude, like who does that? And he
Dude.
sat there, and he didn't just put his hazards on. He also put his car in reverse. So you see his reverse lights on, his hazards on, and like there are cars trying to leave this parking lot
Yeah.
to go about their business, and they don't know when this guy's gonna start backing up. He never
Yeah.
does, and he's just sitting there, man. It's like you're making everyone uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
What the fuck, man?
I'm
There's parking spots. Like you can
You're-
see
it's a parking lot!
spots right there. Like
That
Dude.
car the other day that was in front of the train. It wasn't like a train. It was like a
locomotive,
tracks.
train tracks,
okay.
a trolley.
Remember when we were in the city last week
What
and
is-
there was
Oh,
that car
yeah.
that was in front of a bar?
Oh, dude, I yelled at. Okay,
He was pissed.
I was so mad, dude. This truck freaking stopped in front of like what would
It
you
was
call it?
some
Like
sort of like
the light
bar
rail,
or,
like
like a trolley.
club.
yeah, like a trolley. Yes, thank you. Like this truck just like parked on the
On the
road
tracks.
on the track and flipped on his hazards and went into this restaurant. Yeah. And
You should
so
just be able-
the
For
train
what
pulls up
reason?
and
Just-
like
just
starts
to hang
honking at him.
Because like they obviously can't go anywhere.
It took
if
like a
their
good
track
2
is
minutes for this
covered.
guy to be like, "Oh, I better go outside and move my truck."
And
so
then
this
he sauntered.
trolley
He was like
walking,
boop, 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 boop,
taking his
I'll
time.
get
Oh, I
into
was so
my
mad.
truck.
The
It was
violence should be legal.
awful.
right?
Yes.
Yep.
There are capital offenses.
Like you can
right?
just tell
death
that
penalty.
someone hasn't been hit in the jaw before when they do stuff
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Man.
Dude,
Like,
some
Exactly.
people need to be fucking punched.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
They
wish-
need to get their ass beat.
why
I
oughta-
wish that the like train thing could have just like totaled his truck. I
No,
was like,
that's what I'm saying. It should have been legal
yes,
for him to just
And
go.
if it
Doom,
wasn't-
doom.
Like, if it
Flatten his
wasn't a
ass.
danger to the
Not
passengers,
his
they
ass,
probably
but-
could.
Right? They
Mhm.
just need to put one of those cattle guards on the front of
Yeah.
it and then be like, hey, that's your fault. Take a picture of that and
Yeah,
go
fuck your
right
trolley
over it.
problem.
Yeah, right?
Speaking of trolley problems,
One truck or make these people 2 minutes late.
dude, it's just like you're asking for it,
Obliterate the
man.
truck.
Like,
I don't care.
You shouldn't get away with shit like that.
And
Like
throw shit off. Like,
your truck should
immensely.
become a pancake. Like it
Right?
just should.
Mhm.
That is the natural consequence of your actions.
like
At a
That's
minimum, that trolley should have a camera on the front of it and they send this guy a crazy fine.
yeah.
Oh, I hope so.
oh yeah,
That might be a
There's
thing.
got to be a fine or something.
Yeah,
for
because
that.
like to
They
be
do
honest,
that
I
with
don't really
the-
want people to get like physically harmed.
yeah,
But
but
like,
there's stuff.
They
Their
do that
stuff?
with the school buses around
I
here.
don't care about their stuff.
All
That's what
right.
I'm saying. His truck
Mhm.
should have been.
I was new to the East Coast. And the school bus stops, right?
Get him.
And there is a empty lane between me and the school bus, and I'm going the other way on the road. And so I was like, I'm giving plenty of room. I have slowed down. I'm going to pass this school bus.
oh,
That's illegal in
That
Maryland.
is illegal.
that's illegal in a lot of places.
Okay, I'm not very
Like,
good
the
at.
whole
we don't
reason-
have a lot of school buses in Utah. Like
Yeah,
the
almost
reason we have
done.
like the
There's
I don't know
like
why
some-
I thought you were
Yep.
like I would have thought it was so funny if you just said we don't have schools in Utah. Yeah, that's why I thought you were going with that. I was like,
I
that doesn't
mean-
make
Oh
sense.
boy, okay.
a lot of homeschools.
A lot of
Um,
homeschooled kids. But yeah, we barely have any school buses in Utah.
Yeah,
So
it's just
I've
really
never
not a
had to
thing.
learn like passing etiquette.
You know,
for
I didn't
school
know until I
buses.
was pretty old that you're
Yeah.
not supposed to pass a stop school bus.
Like-
Like it makes sense, I guess.
Because
Like
you don't hit the
like
kids.
Yeah.
when I'm
But
behind
yeah,
it.
I'm not going to hit
that
the kid
makes
anyway.
total sense to me, right? I'm behind it. I'm not going to like swerve
I'm
around.
not gonna dodge it, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And so, but I was across the street and like a couple lanes away, and dumb me was like, oh, I'm just going to follow this truck that's also doing this. Anyway, they have cameras on those school buses, and I got a pretty big fine.
Oof.
Okay, totally deserved it. Now I know better, and I
didn't
don't
know
do
They
that.
had
Yeah.
cameras on school buses for that.
Yeah, but they've got cameras that catch that. They need the same thing on that trolley,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Crucify that guy.
At least
Electric
scratch-
chair.
Just at every single crossing. Like, just install a camera, like
Yeah.
red light cameras, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Train crossing cameras. Just like if this dummy, I don't care if there's a train coming, if someone parks
Yeah,
in a non emergency situation,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
find them. I
Yes.
don't care.
Trolley train irrelevant. If you are on the tracks, you're trolling.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that to yourself
Dude,
on your property?
when I was a security guard, there were a couple of times where I had to like yell at people to move their cars so that fire trucks could get to
That's
people
ridiculous.
who had like passed out or fallen down the escalators or like in medical trouble. I was like, I don't care that you need to go to the Gap today. You need to move
Ooh,
your.
I do love
Oh,
stopping
man.
at the Gap.
I just realized that
I'm
we're
tired.
not just a podcast that talks about random shit.
One of these days, we'll just vent on in the microphones.
I was just
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
We're supposed to be doing
Reject
something.
ramblings. Like,
Reject ramblings. Speaking of what we actually do on this podcast, does anyone want to
Let's stare in some shadows.
Let's just stare in some shadows.
I can get it.
You got the riggedy
So,
recap.
We dealt with those weird vine creatures.
mhm.
We took that weird black stone from that shriveled up corpse, and he was like, "Thanks, bro," or something to that
Direct quote.
effect.
Yeah.
Then we went back to town. Got our money, a lot more money than we should have gotten.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we're like kind of rich right now, aren't we?
Phantom Thieves.
A little bit, yeah.
I wouldn't call 3 Ember each rich.
Wasn't it?
Azure.
You got Azure each,
Azure?
right?
Yeah.
It was. I
Yes.
think it was supposed to be Ember, and then he goes.
I
"Oops."
still wouldn't call 3 Azure rich.
Compared to the 0 we had
I
earlier.
love
Especially for them,
Lord.
like they be chilling.
Costs
You know
more
what I'm
than
saying?
that, okay?
After that, then
Some of my shit.
after that, we kind of hung around, stayed the night. Those who got hit by or damaged by the Feonds didn't regain any of their health because #poison.
I really thought you were gonna say blessed for a second, and then I was like, wait, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Speaking of not blessed, anti-blessed,
Cursed,
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 Blurst.
probably.
cursed, most likely.
cursed.
Otis then, in his idiot state, was like, "Oh, cool! This black fucking void that is this rock is like really hungry for the life energy.
Mhm.
I'll just give it some."
That makes sense to me.
Passed out, and then the creepy fucking demon that you can't actually look at, but you can just barely see out of the shadow or like the corner of your eyes, started talking, being like, "Hey, make a deal with me." And then I was like, "Nah." And then
You got slapped.
I got slapped, woke up, and we made our way to the sunken forest, where it's like shrubs almost.
It's
but-
like, yeah,
It's trees, but like they've sunk.
they're sunken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if a forest were to sink,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps a sunken forest.
So we get there, and then we find the old dude is still alive. He's like, "Hey, Eoghan, come down these stairs into my creep pad. And also, you, Otis, I know your father.
Mm-hmm.
You look just like him.
Mm-hmm.
You come too." And that was...
And the
That was
rest
our
of us
random.
were like,
Hey
Not
yo.
invited.
"Hey, we want to come," and they were like, "No," and they slammed the door in our face.
That's kind of what it felt like.
And he
So-
spit.
Yeah,
Oh, can I have that?
kick
notebook?
dirt into our eyes.
Which one?
The one that's under Blades in the Dark. It would be more of a Joseph thing, I think.
I
Because
helped.
there's stuff that has to be moved.
I helped.
You did help. Thank you.
I didn't help.
Okay. John, you didn't help. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. So that's what happened.
Yep.
The bird found them. Razor.
Yep.
Yeah,
I feel that's an
Yeah,
important
'cause
shout
he
out.
found the
He's the
sign
best.
That was like,
Found the
"Leave me
sign
alone."
that said, "Hey, it's your boy, old guy. Leave me alone." And then we went and we knocked.
We were like, oh. he
Oh,
doesn't
you want to be left alone?
What if we just did the opposite of that?
Hello, we're here.
We have a bunch of strangers.
Top of the morning to you. So I guess we'll start with, hey, come downstairs to my creepy tree by yourself.
Well, hold on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know what weird pervert things you've got going on down there. Especially, and why the fuck do you know my dad? So, I don't trust you, so I'm not going down, and neither is Eoghan. Right, Eoghan?
Yeah, got you, buddy.
Unless we're all going down.
I kind of want to know about my mom or dad, whatever.
But yeah, I
but
want nobody knows my dad too. But
I guess we're kind of in this together.
dude,
maybe we're
we
related.
don't know this guy. What?
Probably not,
Maybe.
but maybe.
Well, look at my eyes. They're brown as mud.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Not
blind
like-
in this one.
Yeah, so
I don't
know,
think that's
man.
like genetic though. Maybe.
Really?
I don't know.
Maybe you're half brothers. Because one of
That'd
his
be weird.
eyes is brown and you're.
Oh, true,
nope,
true,
no.
true, true.
Oh well.
What's your last name? Wait,
The
don't
rat
ask me, don't ask me
catcher.
my last name. I don't actually. And as you guys kind of mumble back and forth, rhubarb, the older gentleman whose name I remember goes,
Ignis.
huh?
Ignis.
Trevor Ignis, bro. It's all coming
Yeah,
back together.
I was
Yeah.
like laughing to myself when we were playing Blades in the Dark. I was like, did he just get it from Trevor?
I just like the name Ignis. I think
It's a
It's a
great
good
name.
enough. It's a good
really
name.
good name. Yeah, I'd be Ignis if I could.
It reminds me
We're all
of
Ignis.
Ignis, like the
Don't you
rock,
think?
and I love rocks, so it
So-
makes me happy too.
Are those the lava rocks?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why do I know that?
Ignis,
Because Ig-
remember that from
Ignite.
sixth grade.
Yeah, most IGN words are like fiery in some way.
Oh, that
Ignis,
Thanks,
Ignite.
Latin.
Night.
Yeah,
I love Latin.
Oh.
Latin's sick.
Yeah.
Go.
Anyway.
I should learn Latin just so I can mumble it under my breath in my sleep.
Please
Yeah, but then
don't.
you'll start summoning
He really
things.
does
Yeah.
talk in his sleep sometimes,
I
and
talk
that would
in
be
my
terrifying.
sleep a lot. I'm sorry.
It's
Um,
okay.
To get me back though, she doesn't close her eyes while she sleeps, and so they'll be open just a little
I love how
bit.
it
You
sounds
learn
intentional. Like, oh, to make it even.
I
Yep.
learned Latin.
You're just like,
It'd
I
be
don't-
terrifying.
Yeah, please don't.
Sorry.
No,
Ignis.
Oh yeah, Ignis goes.
I forgot.
Very well, but I must insist that you don't touch anything unless you want tea. In which case, I can make us all some tea.
I'd
And then he-
actually love some tea.
really.
Yeah, I could go
Yeah.
for some tea.
Tea it is then. And then he opens the door and he starts walking downstairs that you see heading down this tree. And as you,
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, it kind of freaks me out that he lives in a tree too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I know
yeah.
it's probably not at all connected.
But maybe.
but maybe
I don't.
I didn't put that together till right now, so it's probably not connected.
The
But-
stairs, is it like stairs going straight down or is it like a spiral?
It's like a spiral, like you got the tree trunk, right?
Yeah.
And imagine a spiral staircase heading around the trunk of the tree.
Oh, so this tree's fucking huge.
Yeah, well, that's the wild thing is that once you get to where you like assume a normal sized tree would end, and roots would like root, instead of I guess like just like end of tree roots, you see like a huge like I don't want to say den, but it gives off that vibe, right? Like he has like bookcases up like carved into the tree. What would be roots are just like almost hallways and passages that seem to lead towards maybe other trees. But it's big. There's like a
Cool.
there's not a rug on the ground, but it's that kind of place that there should be, like, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, and there's books everywhere. He has like tables where he has one like
Are the tables carved out of this tree too?
I mean they're like yeah, let's go with that. Like they're like jutting from the walls of the tree. And there's like he's got like most I guess I don't want to say furniture, but most like cups and other things that one would have in their home are made of wood, right? Like he has like a little like he's got cups, he's got
So
like fucking-
granola. I love it.
yeah, he's very granola.
I feel like you really fucked up this tree, though.
Yeah, I mean they be vibing, I guess.
Poor tree.
And then you see him grab like a. It's not a kettle, is it? What do you put tea in? Like
Yeah.
the big
kettle.
thing. Is it a kettle?
Teapot?
Yeah, you see him grab a teapot, and you notice this. I guess. Well, I guess you would all notice this, but you in particular notice that like there appears to be water already in it, and he starts warming it up just like with his hands without using Cideron, which is
cool.
how you would assume one would.
Yeah.
One wood.
One would.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I did it. I didn't even realize it. You're a real one, if anything. And then while he's holding this in one hand, warming it up, he starts preparing. Like he starts getting like little cups, and
So he doesn't have a stone or anything.
he's not
just
currently.
doing
No, he's
stuff.
just like ooh, warm hands, and then he starts preparing cups.
rad.
Fuck.
Warm
Yeah.
hands, cold heart.
That one spell, burning hands.
Yeah.
I just thought of it. That's not what he's doing. No one's hurt.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'd be a little dangerous in
Yeah.
this wood tree.
But and shortly, after a short while, you all have he pours 6 cups of tea for your group and him. Sorry, Razor. And then
It's okay.
he hands you all tea, and then you all sit down, and he goes, "Well, why are you here?"
That all of us probably just turn and stare at Eoghan.
Yeah.
And then that makes sense. I forgot I was also Eoghan for a second. Eoghan kind of like reading the room, pipes up, and he goes, "Fuck, dude, I'm talking to myself so much this episode." He goes,
I can play the role of Eoghan if you want.
"Don't say that, because I'll make you do it."
I'll do it.
Okay, do it.
Well, I was just wondering, like, you recognize me, right, from being when you dropped me off with my dad, who I remember his name.
Yeah, yes. Terry?
Yeah.
Terry.
It was Terry.
Yeah. Yes, I do remember you when you were out. You was just a wee boy all those years ago.
Just a wee little baby.
Where did I come from?
Where did you go?
Where'd you come from?
I assumed you would already have this knowledge. But when a man and a woman, they fall in love.
You don't have to be a dick.
Just some old folk humor. Sorry. Where to begin? Well, I guess we'll start with your mother. I guess I'll go far off stare. And he goes, your mother. Well, I guess I should ask. There's a lot of things going on, and I don't want to just like drop bombs. So you think you might not know, and then like gloss over them, and you're like, what? And then I'm like, oh, you didn't know?
Just spill the tea.
And you see him take his cup, and he fucking.
I don't know why he would actually listen to that.
I'm just trying to help. Your mother was part Feonda.
What?
Bum, bum,
I said your mom is part Feonda. Did you know that?
No.
Okay, see, this is why it's like kind of a complicated thing. I should have just started with your dad. Because of this, when you and your sister were born, she wasn't sure initially how to go about raising you in an
My
area.
sister?
Am I telling the story or are you?
I'm just confused. This is a lot of
I told you it would be.
bombs to drop.
You understand now. I don't know what the tea on the floor has to do with any of it. But yes, you have a twin sister. You were both born to a part Feonda mother. And after your birth, the question of how can these kids, like, should they be raised human, Feonda? What the fuck is going on? Is they're kind of like your mother, your father, and their friends were a little concerned with how to raise you in a way that you would be, I guess, not only safe, but be able to have a normal childhood. So, you were given to me. But I live in the sunken forest, you see. And after a couple of years, it became evident that I wasn't necessarily the best fit to be your caretaker. So I asked Terry to help because he's like a normal dude who lives in a normal town that does normal people shit. He was happy to take you in. Your sister, on the other hand, well, she was a unique case. You see from... Do you understand what it means to be stillborn?
Like
Like
partly.
like dead?
Like, yes,
You're
to be
dead
born
when you're
dead.
born.
Yes. And normally, this would mean that, well, kind of like you all said, you're just dead when you're born. But for part Feondas like you and your sister, it's a little different. And this is like new ground, so don't quote me on this. But it seems that when someone is part Feon, their Feon blood doesn't really awaken, for lack of a better term, until they have a brush with death, as it were. So, I guess it would be more correct to say your sister was born with her Feon blood fully awoken. You were not born in such a state, and because you were more human than your sister was on birth, you were given to me and then Terry to live a normal human life. Whereas your sister, who was more Feon than human at this point, remained with your mother to live under her care.
And
I reckon. I'm just kidding. Forget that. He didn't say that.
who is my mother then?
Your mother. Her name is Frost. And she lives up in the mountains to the northeast from here. Mostly east. Those ones.
That seems a little on the nose, though, doesn't it?
Well, where would you
Frost
live if
up
you
in
were
the snow?
an icy fan? Would you live on the beach?
Maybe.
I guess. But no, she lives in the mountains.
I mean, everything about this world is a little on the nose. Great bog, sunken forest.
Yeah, we're very direct with our names.
Yeah.
It's easier. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
It saves confusion. Like, why? What if the sunken forest was like, I don't know, like an oasis island? That wouldn't make any fucking sense. You know what I'm
Or
saying?
a bunch
I've been
of
thinking about
redwoods.
changing my name to Small Man.
Keep thinking about it. Let's not do anything crazy.
Ragenbald Smallman.
Ooh.
See?
You say it like
you
that,
know,
kinda-
Got a pretty good ring
yeah,
to
yeah,
it,
yeah.
right? I appreciate your good naming conventions.
I appreciate it. You
He didn't name
points
it.
to Otis. You need to be more like this polite young man right here.
Whoa,
Mr.
hold on.
Smallman.
No. Okay. Right? He's Smallman? Really?
You got about Otis the rat catcher.
What do you do, Otis?
I
Do you catch rats?
Yeah.
What's your issue?
I'm not saying that there's an issue with the naming convention, right?
Okay.
All I'm saying is that Smallman, it's just not good.
What?
It should be
I like it.
Ragenvold the doctor, Ragenvold
Okay.
Magical healer.
yeah.
You heal magics?
No.
Then it wouldn't really make sense to say the magical healer.
You know, hold on, he's got a point.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he heals so well that it's like magic. Eoghan goes on and on.
I don't know,
about it.
but we
guys-
don't want to lead people astray.
Guys,
though.
can we get back to
Oh yes.
Your mom,
yeah,
Frost,
yeah.
lives in the mountains. What else? Where was I? Ooh, your sister died, but she's alive.
Can you
By the
imagine?
way, you have a sister. Like so casual.
What else? Yeah, I mean,
Well, I have a couple questions still.
Okay.
One, if my sister is apparently with my mother,
Mhm.
then what was she? Otis, you saw it. Yeah. So look, we saw her just
Her being his sister.
yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Just hanging out with some masked Feond that was just like chowing down on some birds, like weird
The
Feond birds.
Okay.
So like, what the fuck's
So
going
baby
on
mom
with
is the tough buff guy.
Yeah, there was a redhead over there.
A
too.
redhead dude?
Yeah.
And you think that might be Eoghan's mom?
Well, I don't, but
Okay.
I just figured it was also important.
I
maybe.
mean,
you don't have to be so.
I don't know what your
rude.
question is. Like, you're telling me what you saw.
Yeah,
And
I'm
you put-
asking, what the fuck?
That's his sister. He saw what we
Yes.
believe to be
Oh.
his sister.
Yes, I understand. That's not a question. Do you understand my confusion?
But like, can you give us answers?
As to why she was with them?
Yeah.
I don't. I
Did
didn't
any of
even
them
watch
sound
Eoghan.
familiar?
Like, you think I keep track of?
Oh,
No, but like, does a masked fan sound familiar, or like a guy that feels comfortable just sleeping
Yeah, guys
casually
sleep.
while there's a masked fan eating other fans? Does that sound guy familiar?
I have an easier
What?
question.
Does that guy sound familiar?
That guy. Does that guy sound familiar?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
You have an easier question, Mr. Smallman.
Yes. What is his sister's name?
Ah, if I remember correctly, her name is Rhea. You're one.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Yes, Rhea. Now I can change it later, and it's just he's a dumb old man that doesn't remember right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change it later, but now I have the
that's a
freedom
cool
to do
name.
so.
Oh, yeah.
Just as cool as Eoghan.
I'm more partial to Eoghan personally, but that's because I knew him.
Yeah, that's because he raised him for like 2 years.
Hmm?
Don't worry about it.
No, Eoghan.
Eoghan.
Yeah.
Okay, where did exactly you find me?
No, hold on. I see the confusion. Your father's name was also... You're named after your father, Eoghan. Sorry. I knew Eoghan.
What?
Does that make sense?
He's Eoghan now. Is his dad dead?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. I guess I was insensitive.
No, I mean, valid question. I mean, we all want to know.
Yeah, no, it is a good question.
You were just talking a lot about his mom.
Yeah, well, I just decided to start with the mom. 'cause I
complicated.
The
figured,
biggest
one.
of bombs.
yeah, now, like,
The mom bomb.
the mom.
The mom bomb. Okay, let's... I'm so sorry. I have my foot caught. Bless me.
Your dad... I don't know what happened to your dad, quite frankly. He had a real heart for adventure. And he decided after traveling the realms, or the continent, that he wasn't satisfied. And he wanted to see more. So, he left. Despite the fact that ships aren't known to make it across the treacherous seas, that no one travels for fear of shipwreck. He decided that he wants to take this chance. And he took some of his closest friends and adventure mates and left. We have no idea if he made it or not.
And he was human?
Number one, sorry. Yes, human.
How does a half Feonda even work? I thought that wasn't
So you didn't,
compatible.
okay. So you get it. When a man and a woman.
Okay, yeah.
But like,
But we're talking about a fucked up monstrosity and a woman in theory.
Hmm?
No.
The
mom-
woman is
mom
would be
is
the fucked up
Feonda,
monstrosity in this
so-
case.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
yeah,
so
she's part found.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he's like a quarter.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how the numbers work out.
well, I don't know where it started from, but how
Do the
it,
Punnett squares.
it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe you remembered what those are called. I would have just been like the weird
The
squares.
squares.
The science squares.
Today's sponsor, science.
What are they called again?
Punnett.
Punnett squares.
Punnett squares. Cool, dude. I haven't thought about those in years.
I don't know if that's the right name.
sounds
That's what they're
right.
called.
Yeah.
Punnett squares, yeah. Mr. Punnett himself.
So he
Come
went
up
to
with
the
them.
sea because
Adventure.
fucking a found wasn't enough.
That wasn't enough. I need that on like a shirt. Yeah. Anything else?
There's just a lot to ask that Damien just doesn't really know what to say.
I'm sure
So,
Wesley doesn't.
what
I mean, you kind of
mountains?
covered all the bases. Those ones. And he
Those
points to those ones. And you
So
all, I
they're
guess you
over
more
to
than
the
anything.
north of Ostabale.
North of Ostavale.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess you would know more than anyone, Rebecca.
Mhm.
That the mountains in general are pretty like, when if at all possible, people go around them rather than through them, because like the climate alone is enough to like to make people not make it sometimes. Like sometimes people just can't survive the trip just because it gets really fucking cold out there, and it's like the paths are constantly getting snowed over, so it's easy to get lost. All that dumb shit.
Fun.
Yeah, it's a fucking cool time. No pun intended. But then,
No pun intended.
Like,
There's a pun within a pun.
Oh man.
Punception, baby.
such a bunch of hooligans.
So all the natural like reasons, plus the like because there are no clear paths and because people like it's so easy for people to get lost there. Fatal attacks are more frequent just because travelers they're easier to pick off when they're
Yeah.
cold, starving, and they don't know where the fuck they are.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Which is why it also makes sense why if you were for chilling, for lack of a better term, and you didn't want to be fucked with, and you were part Phelan, you too would probably live in the mountains.
Yeah.
Unless you could live underwater, but you can't. Frost can't, probably. I guess maybe water is ice or whatever. Anyway, that's what you know about the mountains.
I'm not sure which of those things we should keep in mind.
Water is ice.
Obviously.
Okay. Yeah, so it would be safe to say that I have never gone through the mountains.
Like, I like, it's up to you. Like maybe once or twice, depending on like the time crunch. But it would probably not very often.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like impossible to navigate.
I would imagine that it would be
But-
in like a past life I went, but not recently, and probably only during the summer.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things that is definitely easier with like other variables, like doing what they can to like mark the trails every so often before the snow like brushes it over again.
Okay.
But even with like the not thieves can't, it's still really difficult because ice do be just icing everything out. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's been probably
at least a week.
least a decade since I've been in there.
Okay.
And I've never been by myself. That is now canon.
All right. Well, what was that weird hand thing that you were doing, like heating up the kettle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Sigil Ron?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know.
Well, where's the stone?
I don't have it.
That doesn't make any sense.
If I may. And he kind of sits back and starts repouring himself tea because he spilled it. Who?
I don't know why.
You study. I can smell it on you. Who taught you, if I may ask?
Who taught
And
me?
how long have you been learning?
Well, my dad, I guess.
You can't use magic.
Well, he said that he could once upon a time, but he said he's too old for it or something. I don't know.
I feel that. Again, I'm getting up there in age myself. Well, I guess the short answer to your question was once you have been studying for quite some time, such as myself, you begin to develop what's called memory. And I'm not talking about like remembering your old address. I'm talking about like your Rendoth can remember the Citron that you've cast most often in your days. And so this, and he like, oh, his hands are warm. When I was a little younger than you are now, and I began my studies, Warmth was the first Citron I learned to cast. And since then, casting it over years, it has been engraved into the memory of my very essence. And I no longer need, I no longer need the Citron to cast it.
That's pretty cool.
It's kind of sick, right?
How long does it take?
It varies based on the individual. Most Demorthans live their lives never being able to cast from memory like this.
Yeah, but if they're like real cool and smart or something,
A few decades.
that's a long fucking time.
You're telling me.
Is that the only one you know then? Like in your...
Might have
Your
another trick or
essence.
two up my sleeve, but that's neither here nor there.
Huh. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Would you like more tea?
Yeah. Well, what kind is this anyway?
No, you know. Earl. Oh, wait, I can't say Earl Grey. No free sponsorships, man. No free advertisements.
Right? Reach out to us, Earl.
Yeah. Until then, it's generic teabag Y.
Generic teabag Y.
Yeah.
It's not bad
Yeah. It's not my favorite, but it's what is abundant in the sunken forest.
because it's generic.
Yeah, you can get it anywhere.
Dude, am I stupid?
Do you guys have other questions that we could ask this guy?
Oh, I am stupid.
I
So-
think I'm curious to find out like why he chooses to live out.
I want to be left alone.
Well, that's fair.
How's that working out for you?
Usually pretty well.
That's fair. Yeah.
Because I figure we just gotta ask all the questions before I like pop out the
Leave
super
forever.
cursed thing,
Oh, that too.
and then
yeah.
he kicks us out, presumably.
Well,
Who knows?
Maybe he's cool with it.
so
Maybe.
Maybe he's like, oh, my rock.
You found it! Hey!
I was thinking of redecorating the tree with this. but then you-
It ran
someone-
off the other
This
day.
rock. It ran off.
So-
the,
Or it's like the
Eoghan
ring, the
Senior.
one ring, and he's like,
Yes.
yeah, he's like, my rock.
He just went off into the ocean and hasn't been heard from since.
correct.
Feels. Yeah. Okay. Probably just.
How
ran out
did
of
you
milk.
get involved in all of that?
Yeah.
Like, how did
If
you end
live
up
in
being the
sunken
caretaker?
forest, just doing your own thing.
I haven't always lived in. I used to be an adventurer like you lot. A few years ago, decades ago.
Till you took an arrow to the knee.
You got it.
All right.
No, I just
Where is she?
grew
Or
old
he?
and cranky, and I didn't
Same.
want to keep traveling anymore. What? Did you say where is she?
Yeah,
Who?
the arrow.
Oh, she's gone now.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I'm just not gonna talk.
There was a question asked shortly ago. What was it? Not the arrow thing.
Well, why'd you choose the sunken forest?
I just figured no one would come here. Clearly, I was mistaken.
Like did you get involved with them?
Oh. I met Eoghan on his travels. I taught him a few things that I knew about the Mirth magic. And then when I was when I still had a little more pep in my step, I too took to traveling more often. And I also had the fortune of meeting Eoghan's mother on a separate occasion. So I was kind of already acquainted with the both of them.
What's Frost look like? Sorry.
He kind of looks at Eoghan. And then he goes, It's been years, but if memory serves, she looks like a woman. She has, honestly, and he begins to like lean back and really recount, one of the most normal looking Feonds I've ever come across. She looks to be a taller woman. Stands at about 6'3", 6'4". Pale
Oh, that's
skin.
like real. That's
No,
that might
she-
be taller than you, Vera.
She
Yeah, I'm only 6'1",
she's tall. Like she is,
I think.
and he like does this number with his arms. Like she tall. She yeah, she has a pale skin, black hair. She do be walking in the snow.
Okay.
Would she like kill us on sight or something?
I
I don't like the faces you're making.
probably not. If you're with Eoghan, probably. I can't say for certain. She's forgive the pun. She can be rather cold to strangers. Bazinga.
And
Cause like, the
Otis-
snow. Is that why it's funny?
Yeah, I mean her name. Yeah, Frost.
Oh,
yeah, Otis, that didn't sound like the Feond that was traveling with Rhea, did it?
no, it was like real fucked up and
Okay.
like weird mask,
With the
kind
mask.
of like on his face.
Okay. Do you have any idea who Rhea might be traveling with nowadays?
No. Sorry.
When is the last time that you talked to Rhea and Frost? Separately or together?
I haven't seen little Rhea since both she and Eoghan were born.
Wow.
Then Frost said, "Here, take this." And I said, "Okay." And 2 years later, I went up to Terry and I said, "Here, take this." He goes, "Okay." And here we are, 17 years later.
Okay.
Do you often befriend Feons?
Well, you see, when you get to be my age, you kind of begin to understand that all living things are just kind of doing what they do to survive. Especially once you start to meet Feondas like Frost, like eventually Eoghan and Rhea. They really begin to shift your perspective on what a Feond is. Quite frankly, I discovered that not all Feondas are mindless, or rather, they're not all still mindless. Some of them are capable of communication. Some of them are capable of building homes and starting some semblance of a family. In Frost's case, she was capable of falling in love with a human. So the veil really kind of tears once you are introduced to their seeming levels of humanity. Or whatever.
I've never seen a Feond like that.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Most people probably have not.
Yeah. All I've really seen is the ones that just kind of lurk in the forest.
That is most of them. I'm not telling you to go try to shake hands with Feondas. Like, don't get your arm cut off and be like, "Where? Ignis told me to," because I didn't. All right, I'm just letting you know that some of them are typically the older ones are the ones that have been around for quite some time. They kind of develop the understanding that if they just continue to mindlessly attack humans, they will eventually be killed. And so they kind of develop different attitudes. Some of them bide their times and wait till villages are already under attack to strike. Some of them just, isn't it? Some of them just take to themselves, waiting for no one really knows what. But all that to say that given what I've learned through my travels, I'm not so quick to judge a Feon by their scales. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Otis starts just kind of looking over at Rebecca. I got a question for you. And
Yeah.
then he reaches into his pack and then puts this pile of what looks like cloth initially, and then unwraps it, revealing the black Eoghan, I think.
You see Ignis's eyes kind of like widen when you reveal it, and he goes, "Oh!" And he just goes for it. He picks it up. He goes, "I haven't seen one of these in quite some time."
Well, what is it?
It's Feon.
Just like, yeah.
I guess these are a little more oh man, how does one even begin to explain these? I guess I almost want to say parasitic in nature. Not necessarily maliciously, but they don't necessarily act on their own. They need some kind of human or biological host,
Right.
through which they can interact with the world.
That's not like lethal or anything.
I mean, it can be.
Cool.
It really depends on the relationship between the Feond and whatever host they landed on. In this case, I assume it would be you.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
It definitely landed on him. I don't know the ins and outs, but he passed out for quite some time.
You don't have to spill all the beans.
Well, he obviously
They
knows more
barely
about
know
this
this
than
guy.
he knows more about it than we do.
That is true.
Yeah.
I know a lot more about it than you do. Yeah, I mean...
When did he pass out?
Oh, yeah, no one...
Oh yeah. So the other night when
It's
everybody went to
fine,
bed,
I'm fine.
No. Rebecca's talking.
Go on.
Everybody went to bed, and we went to go into the forest, just outside of Twail, just to kind of see what this Eoghan was about. I went mainly to keep watch because I don't trust it, but apparently
I'm
Otis
glad
trusted
you
it
did.
enough to talk with it or something.
It's not like I trusted it completely. It's not like if it told me to jump off a bridge, I would.
Okay.
You might.
But
Would
maybe
you?
a small little hill or something, right?
I'm just imagining you just jumping on a hill and then just tumbling down.
To your
But
death.
like Otis doing that. Not you. Either way, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But he passed out, and I was scared that he was dead for a second there, but it wasn't quite as bad as it seemed from where I was standing. Once I got to him, I could tell that he was breathing, but he seemed very out of it, and then he didn't want to talk about it, so that's that. Now you
Oh.
guys know.
Okay. Well. All right then.
Oh, don't look at me like that,
I'll look at
okay?
you however I want.
You
I
just
was
see Rebecca sitting
curious.
back, basking in.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Killed what cat? Do I look like a cat
It's
to you?
a figure of speech.
Doesn't make any sense.
You don't make
Why
any
is it
sense
curiosity killed a cat?
Because
Cats are the laziest things I know.
They also
No.
have 9 lives. It doesn't really make sense that curiosity would kill
yeah,
it.
well, is he a fucking cat? He doesn't
No.
have 9 lives.
Yeah, so also, if
Whatever,
curiosity
Otis.
kills cats,
Let's listen to what.
then we should
So
find
this
curiosity
Eoghan-
and stop them.
It's a parasite.
Yeah, kind of.
This
That's
isn't one of the friendly Feons.
well,
then?
and that's why I hesitate to use the word parasite. That's really an oversimplified version of it. But basically, you would form some kind of preferably mutually beneficial relationship. But to answer your question of is it deadly? Not necessarily. I mean, there have been travelers that have had relationships with Feondas like this before and turned out completely fine. Eoghan, not you, being one such adventurer. He also had a Feon like this that he kept at his side that he built a relationship with, and it never turned out poorly for him. So,
Huh.
but it's really up to you.
Right.
I never.
It could have.
We could have. I don't really fuck with this stuff personally because I'm an all-powerful Demorthan mage. And quite frankly, I don't need the help. But I guess the only way to really decide whether or not it's going to be harmful or beneficial is communication. I guess just talk it out. Like I don't know what you want. I don't know what this rock wants. But
Yeah,
she's not going to talk to me. She's going to talk to you. So
okay. Cool. I'll just take that back now.
I would be very, if you do decide to put this Feond, I would be very particular with what your agreement is, because for lack of a better term, there is no takesies backsies.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'll just taking that
Yeah,
back.
So you
that
just
too.
accept the term takesy backsies, but not curiosity killed the cat.
Well, takesies backsies makes sense.
Yeah.
You can't take it. There's no takes.
Right.
What's
You
confusing?
think for like 2 seconds, curiosity killed the cat makes sense too.
Okay, but all 9
But
times,
there's-
like that doesn't mean
Yeah.
all that.
There's
Well,
9
hold
whole
on.
times
Do
you
you
didn't
really
learn
not
from
know
it.
the
Cats
tale
involved.
of takesies?
Or backsies.
I don't care.
Okay, but you care about cats and curiosity?
Yeah,
Seems a little.
I had a cat once.
What was her name? Curiosity.
No.
No, that's who killed her cat.
Hmm.
So be respectful.
Goodness gracious.
Fucking find you curiosity.
All right, I'm gonna take the thing back, hesitantly with my hand this time, and then place it back in the wraps and fold it up, put it away.
Did it be folded up and put away?
Oh, it's been lovely and all, but since I'm done speaking for Eoghan, Eoghan, what's the plan?
I don't know. There's kind of a lot to A lot to digest. I guess I would like to go to the mountains. Maybe. To see if my mom's still there.
Yeah, she'd probably have more answers. I'd think.
I reckon.
Should I call you Eoghan too now?
Junior? Can we call you Junior?
I think Eoghan still works.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. Your dad's probably dead anyway.
Thanks
I'm so
for that.
sorry. Okay, but Terry raised you.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
your dad kind of seems like not a great dad, no offense.
I don't know. I think it would be equally difficult if I found out that he, I don't know, if he never did what he wanted to do because I was born. That would kind of suck too. Does that make sense? So you're right. Like it's not like I have my heart aches for him in any particular way because I never knew the guy. But
Yeah, but you still be sad.
I'm so curious. Like who knows? Maybe he made it. Maybe he's out there fighting monsters in whatever other lands are out there. So, or he's dead at the bottom of the sea. I don't know, but one step at a time, I guess. So
Sorry, that was very insensitive of me.
no, it's okay. I get it.
My dad's dead.
Hmm.
He was a good dad though.
We're not so different, you and I.
Oh, I think we are pretty different.
No, man.
You're like a quarter Feonda, so.
Yeah.
Also,
A
I'm like
fifth?
way taller than you.
Not taller than my mom. So
Okay,
by
you don't know
transitive
that
property.
for sure.
You're right, I guess, but
Yeah.
Ignis hasn't been wrong yet. At least we don't know if he has.
Yeah. Oh, hold on now, Ignis. Speaking of which, how the fuck do you know my dad?
Oh.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I did too, and I just remembered.
He too came to me to study magic when I was a little younger. He used to travel with Eoghan.
What?
He used to travel with Eoghan.
That? Oh, hold on. You're telling me that
Oh.
drunk piece of shit used to actually do something?
Yeah, he traveled the world trying to learn the mysteries of the Morthan magic and the Eoghan and the Citteron. Sadly, he was never very taken to it, so eventually he just retired and I think started a farm. But
Yeah.
he was always very interested in the wild mysteries of our lands. I always respected him for that.
I wouldn't give him too much respect, but there's no fucking way that he was any good.
No. He knew his way around a sword, but unfortunately when he came to Citteron, he just, like I said, he just didn't really take to it. Some
Also-
people, you either got it or you don't.
That
It's
prick
really
never even
cute.
taught me any sword stuff.
I'm sure you can ask Vera.
Oh,
Yeah, I can teach you
probably
sword
should.
stuff. You don't have a sword yet, though.
No, I got
So-
the spear though, and a little
Okay.
dagger.
It's not quite the same, but
I'm not as
it's okay.
familiar with spear stuff, but I'll do my best.
Well, you've killed at least 10 people,
Yeah, I have.
so you
Yeah.
know more than me.
Neat.
Cool. Well, that's all I've got to ask then.
Okay.
Have you traveled through that mountain range?
Me personally, not for quite some time. But yes.
If Eoghan wanted to go through,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's been a while,
Mhm.
can you think of anything that would be important for us to know? Because it's been quite some time from myself as well, and I haven't gone through on my own.
I would get warm clothes, maybe extra water, thermals, really.
Waffle tops.
Have some kind of compass so you can keep your general orientation. How reliable is your bird?
He's pretty reliable, albeit loud. It's not going to help us sneak anywhere if that's something we'd need to do, but he's,
No, but
he's
I think-
smart.
I'm sure you could lean on him rather heavily to keep you going in the same general direction. At least that's what I would do if I were you a lot. I'll have a much better view of the land than the rest of you.
It's a good point.
Warm clothes though. It gets fucking cold up there. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can only imagine. I've never been there during the colder seasons, so it was freezing during the height of summer, so.
What season is it now?
Yeah.
Good question.
Winter.
It is winter. 1 or 2 was winter, and it's winter.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
We'll say it's like just easing in the winter. Like it's not
That's
like
kind of honestly what I was picturing it to be, was like late fall.
yeah.
So that makes me happy.
So winter soon, TM. Yeah. Yep.
Realistically, Eoghan, we're going to need time to prepare if you want to go find your mom. There's no way we're doing it in the next couple of months. I know. You look sad.
I am sad.
I don't know if we would survive the trip right now. And I mean, we definitely don't have clothes. We're going to have to go back to one of the cities and purchase them. I'm no seamstress, so.
And I've never seen snow before, so I don't even know how to.
Well, isn't
Bundle up
Osterbale
correctly.
on the way?
It's like
It's like north of Osterbale.
It is.
it
yes.
is, yeah. It was so. We would be going southeast-ish to Osterbale, and then we would travel back up north to the mountains.
Yeah, you would be going east until you kind of like re-hit the path that you went to Toil on,
Mm-hmm.
and then you would follow that path back up to Ostavale, do whatever you're gonna do, and then there's no like really clear. Is there? Hold on. There's a path that like kind of heads up into the mountains, and then kind of on the like where the mountains start to become mountains proper. There's another city, and then mountains.
But that trip alone, just to Osterbale, is going to take about a week. And we're already closing in on winter. And then from there, like, we're going to have to... I just don't know that it would be feasible. We can try.
That's all I need to hear, Rebecca. We can try. So let's give it a shot. I think what's the worst that can happen?
We freeze to death.
Okay, but we won't.
We very well could. You realize
Oh,
that when he says it's cold, it's...
Oh, it's fucking. You could very well freeze
dude,
to death.
You don't understand. Water is ice.
I want that on a shirt. Water is ice. What if I paid you all extra? I know you guys be down.
I mean,
Alright.
extra
Oh.
money
Eoghan.
doesn't matter if you're dead.
Oh, that attitude.
I also would like to know where you're getting this money. I felt
we're gonna stop by Osterville anyway.
I'll
do a couple odd
bad
jobs.
taking the money that I've taken from you, let alone more, because you realize that the price of going through the mountains is hefty.
But is any price too great for family?
Yes. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying let's.
You're right. We have a
think and not
lot
be
to consider.
rash.
I think
Yes.
that regardless of what we decide to do, we can head back to Osterbale and rest up there and kind of figure out from there what to do. Is that okay?
That's fine with me.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Ignis, do you have any medical expertise for our doctor here?
You know any good herbs around here?
Spotted. Stay away from spotted stuff. It's usually dangerous or poisonous. Venomous?
Okay, we'll do.
Poisonous.
Poisonous.
I'm not a doctor, so
Oh,
that's all I got.
Yeah.
Well,
No worries.
Hydrating is important.
Ice is water.
Ice is water.
Now I know. Thank you.
What else? I'm sure I know more than that. I don't. Ice is water. Potted plants.
I thought was water is
Spotted
ice.
They're all the same.
That's true. If water is ice, then ice is water.
The transitive property.
Science.
I don't know if that's transitive property. I think it's just.
Yeah, science squares.
Pun it.
Pun it.
Ignis, would you mind if we stayed the night before we traveled onward? I know that this is probably not the most convenient thing for you, but we don't know our way around this forest very well, and I would feel more comfortable staying here than out in the middle of nowhere where we're kind of at the mercy of the elements.
I don't have any like spare beds or anything.
No, that's
He's
cool.
got
Fine.
a blanket. It's fine.
It's a really warm blanket. Eoghan gave it to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
neat. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I suppose you're already here, so feel free.
So that we're just gonna lay right outside your tree.
Essentially.
Yeah.
But
It's going to be awkward either way, but
Well, that'd be a little preferable, but I'm nothing if not a gracious host. So, yeah, I mean, we just don't go traveling too far in the routes. He may never come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, like, I really want to, because the idea of like these root cavern dungeons
they're pretty cool.
would be pretty fucking cool.
But we don't have time for that.
Yeah,
We can make time.
I mean,
Fuck it, we do what we want.
I also just don't know if pissing off like the Demorthan mage would be good.
yeah, he can breathe fire from his hands. Just
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't feel like that's the best idea.
In an alternate universe, though, we are.
Oh yeah,
going
absolutely.
through-
Absolutely. I just
It's a dungeon crawl waiting to happen.
Oh yeah,
A future one shot will do the sunken forest proper.
yeah.
perfect. Okay. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions, like I think we're good to
No, I was just thinking, what if it's like one of those trees that like the whole forest is one organism,
Oh, that'd be dope.
Ooh, yeah.
and that's why it's all sunken?
That's why he doesn't leave the forest, because he has a Feonda like Luna, but his is the entire forest. And
Oh,
his deal
God.
with it was that he can never leave because the forest was sinking because it was lonely. And all
I
he wanted
always
was a
think
friend.
when I'm lonely.
Can this be canon?
No.
because this is pretty fucking cool.
It's kind of cool. I have other plans for the forest.
Oh no, oh no.
Sounds ominous.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if nobody else has anything, I think we sleep here for the night, and then we can get back on the road. In La Mañana.
Sounds
Oh,
like
what language is that?
I think it's
Latin.
No, Spanish. I don't think we have that here though, so I don't know much about this universe.
we're just sleeping on wood floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
TM.
Okay. TM.
It's supposed to be like good for your back or something.
It is supposed to be good
Yeah.
feedback. Not wood in particular, but just sleeping on the floor in general.
Yeah.
It does not feel good, though.
Just kind
For
of
me.
when you wake up, right?
No.
No.
I like it.
I'm a fan.
No.
My dad lived in Japan for a while. He slept on like those really thin mats
Little
for
mats.
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. For like his whole time out there.
It doesn't work when you have a big butt.
Did he hate it? Or did he?
He had trouble sleeping in normal beds when he got back.
Because he got
lived
so
in-
used to.
Yeah, he lived in Japan for like 2 years. And
Oh, yeah.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
when he got back, he was like, "This is like too like squishy. It's like enveloping
support.
me."
Yeah.
So he slept on the ground for a little bit.
Feels right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, good night. And he.
The lights automatically turn off.
He sits in his chair with his eyes open. And before too long, you hear him snoring with his eyes open.
That's
Oh,
horrifying.
I
hate that.
hate that.
Yep,
Mine are only half open.
they are. They are only half open while you sleep, but it's still creepy.
I'm so sorry.
If there isn't any, I really gotta pee. If there isn't any late night shenanigans, we can just We'll go to like the we're sleeping loading screen. If that
Okay.
works.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I did have late night shenanigans.
Okay. What are your late
Oh,
night
gosh,
shenanigans?
Otis.
Well, he said communication is key, right? So, I'm going to think real hard.
Ring up Luna.
Ring up Luna. Bring.
Like
Yes.
how the ringing was in his accent.
Oh, hi. Did you hear the conversation there?
I did.
Okay. Communication, not been my strong suit.
I've noticed.
So, how's it going, I guess?
I am wrapped pretty tightly in a backpack.
Do you prefer, like, the open air?
Doesn't everyone?
I just don't know how it works.
Yeah, I prefer the open air.
Okay. Because, like, worms and stuff, they like,
You say worms?
yeah?
You compare me to a worm?
You're a
Would you still love
fucking
me if I
rock.
was a worm?
Maybe more.
Really?
Yeah, because, like, worms I can wrap my head around. Right.
So weird.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what's so complicated about a rock?
Well, when the rock, like, talks to you.
You don't
right?
think you would be taken aback by a worm talking to you?
You know what? That's a good point. Okay. Open air. Huh. All right. Takes it out and just kind of like opens up, still in the like resting on the layers of cloth.
Mhm.
Is that better?
It is.
Huh. So you can like breathe and everything. That's cool.
I do be breathing.
Yeah. Well, I still don't know how to make a proper deal with you, but I figure you're going to be sticking with me for a while. So I might as well, have conversation more often.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what do you want
Do
to
you
talk
have
about?
parents?
Like,
Yeah, when a mother rock and a father
stop,
rock.
stop.
Awkward first date
I know,
conversation.
right? That's exactly what I was thinking. This is the most awkward first date. How many
Oh,
siblings do you have?
Do you like food?
What's your favorite kind of weather?
So you breathe air, huh?
What kind of movies do you watch?
I guess the easiest way to explain it was I've kind of existed for a really, really long time. I didn't like crawl out of a womb, if that's what you're asking.
Huh. That's gotta be kind of weird then. So you just kind of raised yourself?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I have siblings, but
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me about them?
mm,
Or are they like in this form that you're in?
I mean, they're not like similar, but not just like me, I guess.
Okay.
Like they're not all rocks, you know.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm more of a winter man myself.
Let me. Why? Let me ask a question or two.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you traveling, Otis?
Yeah, that's a good question. At first, there was a promise of money, but then I was noticing I was starting to get more in tune with the whole Rindarth thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Rodney,
I agree.
Rodney likes traveling.
Your little rat friend.
Yeah. So I guess I was just kind of moseying about, tagging along with this lot, and then found you, which
Best day of your life.
I guess it's complicated right now. Facebook status, it's complicated. But because you weren't clutched in the hands of a dead.
Yeah, I mean, we all have skeletons in our closet, right? Like,
Yeah, but when you find the person with the skeleton clutching you, it's a little different, I guess.
well, I tell you what. If we're gonna communicate more, and if you're open to the idea of possibly making a deal in the future, I would think really hard about what you hope to gain, both from your travels and like just what you hope to accomplish in this life. And then we can decide whether or not that's something I can help you achieve.
All right.
Good night. And she shuts up.
Oh, cool. All right. I assume you're probably gonna, leech a little bit more of Rindoth for me tonight.
What do you mean?
Well, because I haven't been regaining it, right? You've
Yeah,
been.
but you haven't been losing it. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
It's our Rendoth now.
Conrad.
I'll have to think about it, but okay.
Oh,
Oh, good night. Do you dream?
do I dream?
Yeah.
I don't sleep.
Oh, that's awful.
I mean, it's whatever.
Like, do you go stir crazy then?
No. I contemplate everything I've seen over the millennia.
So you're just trapped with your own thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Thanks. Cool. All right. Well, I, as mere mortal, needs to sleep. So, good night.
Good night.
Hope we can talk again soon.
I'm sure we will. And then she fucking does nothing because she's a rock.
Yeah.
But you get it.
Open air. Huh. And like I contemplate just like wrapping it back up. I'm like, I'll think of something and I'll just kind of like have it right next to me as I'm sleeping.
And then, if there's anybody else, okay, then we'll just hit that fade to black little sleeping loading screen tune. Editor, put that in. Don't worry about putting that in. I guess we'll call it there if that works for everyone.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was
Been a lot.
mostly exposition.
No,
That's
some
good.
some sessions
lot
are
happened.
I
like
should have
that.
called him
It was
Thomas.
Oh, this was interesting though.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah,
It was
I
fun
learned
for
so
me, too.
much.
A lot
Yeah.
happened.
Hmm.
A lot, yeah. Plot.
And now we have a new direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mountains team.
And then the fucking mom.
Yeah. Mommy Mountains. That's what we'll call them.
No, we won't be doing that.
Okay.
Nope.
Bye.
Bye.